Welcome everyone to Sonic 4 Episode 1. This is a very controversial game when it first came out, simply due to the fact, again, the name was Sonic 4, I mean, kind of a big deal. This game got 4 zones: Mad Gear, which is not Metropolis Zone, Lost Labyrinth, which you already saw, which is not Labyrinth Zone, Splash Hill, which is not Green Hill, Casino Street, no, it's not Casino Night. Let's just get started with my favorite level of Splash Hill, though. This being Splash Hill Act 3, Sunset Dash. Again, you can spin dash, you can jump, but if you notice immediately, Sonic control feels a bit different than he does in, say, Sonic and Knuckles. He's much faster. He also, as you can saw right there, he has a homing attack from the 3D games. It allows for a lot of great speed and combo things to go on. Allowing for a pretty high flow for this game. Like, it's a lot higher than you would think it would be, but it is. However, if you can't tell, music, if I think my favorite one in the game, is a touch on the underwhelming side. Some tracks like this one right here, it isn't too bad, but others, oh yeah, it's bad. Also, if you grew up on the classic games, you're not gonna like Sonic 4. It's nothing like, say, I don't know, Sonic Advance or Sonic and Knuckles. It's nothing like that. Yes, it has Sonic 4 in the name, but it's a lot closer to, like, I don't know, let's call it Sonic Rush minus Sonic Rush 0.45 no boost Armageddon. I don't know, boost Bubbles Armageddon. There you go. By the way, those blue guys, those are from Sonic 3. They're called Bubbles. They're supposed to have spikes. They don't in this game. Why? Budget cuts. No, that's literally that's like the in-plot reason is budget cuts. Which cracks me up, but they actually put budget cuts in a Sonic game. Which is funny, because I think that's right about the time of the recession, economic recession. Anyway, let's move on. If you know what I did there, I just turned on the music to the Wii version of Road to Cards. Yeah, one thing I'll give Sonic 4 credit for is that you can have the soundtrack without the audio, which is cool. Anything else thinking about right here? Oh, yeah. By the way, this is 1-Up Land. I turned the sound off for this, but normally the entire sound would just be 1-Up, the Sonic 3 1-Up theme. Something I should mention is that Road to Card itself has quite a lot of variations. There was an iPhone-only version of the stage, which was just called 100,000 Point Challenge. Pretty simple. I don't think Android existed back in 2010, by the way, but so it was just iPhone when this game first came out. I hadn't played it that first night on my iPad, got the final boss and got frustrated, just like, nah. Why? Well, it has like 8 billion hits. I don't show it off here, but yeah. Anyways, there's not much really to say about this. Just springs, homing attack. It's got a great flow. I will say this is a fantastic flow to it. Not as good as it could be, though, due to some unfortunate slowdown. And the fact it's the same thing over and over again with the homing attack. And there is a lot of just watching Sonic go. But it's pretty fun. If you got an hour to kill, this is the way to do it. Frankly, I think Sonic 4 is a good way to kill an hour. If you got a free hour, I think this game is pretty good to play. Problem is, well, the graphics are not good, and the sound, well, with a few exceptions here and there. You're listening to one of them, by the way, the Wii version. Yes, this game had a WiiWare release. This game was on everything, by the way. And if there's a console that was released between the years of 2005 and 2015, Sonic 4 is probably on it. Except for the Wii U, because nobody cares about the Wii U. But, oh, by the way, this is also a good example of things, Ruffs. While you can see the speed running gameplay is pretty fun, the second platform goes in the mix, the gameplay stops completely. Sonic turns instantly like it does in Sonic Rush. There's no boost and there's no glide. Thankfully, it's not quite as do or die as there are multiple platforms that save you in theory. I got kind of lucky here. There's a to do that. You got a homing attack, but still, it's not as good as the classic games, like, you know, Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic CD. It's not as good as those when it comes to control, but it's, you know, it controls well. It's got the good button layout. Homing attack's a nice addition, in my opinion, but that could just be because I grew up as a kid on the 3D games. Anyway, I was saying, yeah, there's the iPhone version of the stage, which just get 100,000 points, and the difference is the Wii version and the Xbox version, which is, again, this is Steam, what it runs with the Xbox version, have different audio, as the Wii couldn't have as many audio channels or something, so the Wii sounds way closer to the old school days. Anyways, here I am just pausing it to show, yeah, I was using YouTube for that, because the Steam version doesn't have that as an option. Anyways, I'm showing off Special Stage 7 because these special stages are pretty unique. You run around this little tube and hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Just how I do that because, yes, you can retry. Having a retry button in the special stages is incredible. Also, this music, very melodic. Oh yeah, what I'm doing here, it's called it's something I was doing in special stages. Let me pause. Pause stalling. I apologize for the footage being choppy, but that's pause stalling for you. Which I will pause, regain my position, see what I'm doing, and reevaluate. If a game lets me pause, I will do that. For these special stages, based on the Sonic 1 special stages, you will need that. Because they're challenging. They're surprisingly challenging when you don't attempt to infinitely retry them, as, well, I have, or playing them on an iPhone, which I did earlier tonight. Yeah. Do I want to stay with this section, or do I want to just keep going? Because this is the entirety of Special Stage 7 I'm showing off. You roll around, collect rings, you tilt it left and right. It tilts really fast. Something I should mention, it tilts really fast. You can easily get yourself kind of dizzy and disoriented. The kaleidoscope backgrounds do not help with that. That's the weird, like, the pulsing effect you kind of see in the background. That does not help with the possible headache this could cause. I'm kind of used to it, and it doesn't really bother me, but hey, it's there. Also, those red things right there, you touch those, you lose Special Life instantly. This is very similar to the Sonic 3 bonus stage, the pinball one, so that's pretty cool. Am I gonna keep going with this? Yeah, I think I can. Oh, by the way, you also have ring gates. This final one is just, there's 4 areas, collect rings in them. Don't die. Yeah. And here I am just pause stalling to effectively steer my way into those rings. It's nowhere near as easy as I'm making it look. But it's certainly stressful, even with the infinite retries, which I don't know how many people use, but I would personally use. Also, hitting any of the buttons does that if you're on a wall. That little get up jump thing. I figured I'd just show that off. So, what is your reward, if you're curious, for getting it? Do you get a boss? You have some supersonic boss fight? Well, you get to play Supersonic in regular stages. This was a big time deal. Up to this point, yeah, sure, Sonic Colors, which this came out, I think this came out like a couple weeks before Sonic Colors. This is the first time since Sonic and Knuckles, back in 1994, that you could use Supersonic in a regular stage. I know this was the first big time 2D Sonic game since Sonic and Knuckles. The rest were just being like minor games, so that's cool. I'm just showing off, this is a level of the darkness gimmick right here. If it's Sonic, you have it's a slow, fuzzy level. This is also not present in the iPhone version. The iPhone version is just a minecart level where you tilt the iPhone to move in a minecart. Cool. Cool. Anyways, so yeah, the basic gimmick of it is this little darkness gimmick. It's exclusive to the console versions. I'm not a fan of that. I prefer the minecart level. But when you're super, the darkness goes away. By the way, the way it works, get 50 rings, head to the goal ring, just like it is in Pocket Adventure and Sonic 1, and, well, a lot of other games. The most common system is the get to the goal ring, here's 50 rings, have a good day. Which is perfectly fine, frankly. It's something special, but it's fine. Gets the job done. And again, like I said, Supersonic jumps higher, he's invincible. Also, his homing tag, I don't know if you saw it earlier, has a point combo bonus to it, which is neat. Also, yeah, he jumps higher even in the minecart. So, I don't know what it finished off the whole side, just showed enough to get it. There you go. Yeah, he says a bigger point bonus. Anyways, let's head back to the main stage for the final thing I want to show off, the boss fights. Let's go to Mad Gear. Why not? We've been to the other 4. Let's go to Mad Gear. Defeat the real Dr. Eggman. All these subtitles, they don't mean anything. It's just a neat subtitle and kind of gives you a hint what's going to happen. Anyways, boss fight, pretty simple. You get a room. You get a small room to run around in. And this should be familiar if you played Sonic 2 before, or Sonic and Knuckles. Yes, it's the Metropolis boss. In fact, every boss in the game is like this, where it's just an old school boss slightly changed up. But it's literally, in some cases, just the old school boss again. Like right here, my whole goal is trying to jump up void. Now you gotta go from avoiding the spikes to jumping on top of spikes. Pretty simple. Oh, if you noticed, I don't know if you have, but the rings, well, you might remember, if you noticed, first time I got hit, see the rings are slowly starting to spread apart. Every time they get hit, they spread a little further. They go just a tiny bit further each time you get hit. Oop, and the rings are gone. Why? Because these are rush rings. Joy. Thankfully, I think this was the last game with rush rings, because I think Sonic Controversal 2 fixed that. And obviously, every other 2D game can only remove the idea of rush ring, which I'm glad for. Also, here's something unique. Oh, I forgot something I didn't mention. That boss theme earlier on, that is actually an unused boss. Not there. Let me go back for a second. This boss theme, by the way, was an unused boss theme from Sonic 3D Blast, Genesis version. And there's a Saturn version, but I don't like the game soundtrack, so let's just move on. Anyway, more boss fight. You're gonna learn to hate these style of bosses soon. Oh, you are. Where you're running around, trying to dodge him. This one's already a pain in the butt, but it gets worse in this series. Oh boy, does it get worse. Anyways, you're pop and bop, get the capsule. And I figured I'd just put the music on Splash Select 1. A, to set up the kid review I did, and B, to let it go with the scores. So let's start from the beginning. Right here we got the spec, oh, by the way, I meant a live change. Sound was decreased, fun factor was increased. I should have tried to change increased flow and rhythm, but, whatever. I would still keep it at 54, it's acceptable. Nothing really wrong with it. The real reason the bonus is so low, because special stages are kind of hard. They are, if you don't retry them, if you don't spam retry. And retry is a glorious addition, you don't have to worry about it, it's just a nice little bonus if you want it. And I like that. Super's cool, but there's no other playable anything. There's not even, there's no playable anything. Yeah. Anyways. I'm tired. Have a wonderful day, and happy Tuesday.